Hello, and welcome back to another flyby. It's really funny. I think I might actually get this out pretty reasonably. I thought I might not be able to get this out until mid-May because it was my sister's bridal shower, and then BabsCon is next weekend, which I'll be going to. So I was worried it was actually going to be a while before I could get another one of these out. But hey, I'm actually making pretty good time. I might actually be able to get it out this weekend. We shall see. So yeah. Now today I'm going to be doing Gift of the Mod Pie. A not so subtle reference to Gift of the Magi, of which this is partially based, or at least 50% based. So I'm gonna start as I usually do with the TLDR version. Like, dislike, or meh. I'm gonna say like. It was great. But there are problems. So we'll go with the likes and the dislikes. Likes. Oh my god, this episode was hilarious. Mod episodes are always freaking hilarious. To pair her up with Pinkie Pie and Rarity was brilliant. You see, Pinkie Pie's humor, for me, sometimes it's funny, but sometimes it's creepy. Like, sometimes it falls flat and it just becomes creepy to me, and it just, what? Um, so... So Pinkie's humor doesn't always do it for me. Rarity's humor, though, is usually my favorite of the main six, because she has a similar sort of humor to Maud. I like dry humor. Yeah, I like dry humor a lot, and Rarity of the main six was always pretty good at dry humor. But of course, Maud takes that to a whole new level, and so having both of them in the episode was great. I love all of Maud's moments. Some of Pinkie's moments were great too, but by far the best comedic moment in this episode has to be when Rarity imitated Pinkie Pie. That was the best thing ever. I was watching it with Puzzle Piece, and Rarity and Pinkie Pie are his two favorite ponies, and he just about fanboyed to death. It was pretty amazing. Even I did. Rarity and Pinkie Pie are like third and fourth best pony respectively. So they're not the best ponies for me, but I appreciated that. That was freaking hilarious. But the dislikes is gonna have to be the moral. Because not that it's a bad moral, of course it's a good moral, but it's a very basic moral. And I've gotten to the point, especially in the most recent seasons, where I become impatient with basic morals. Because when morals come up that I feel the characters should already know, I'm just like, Piggy should know that gift giving is about expressing your love for the other person. And I feel like she does know, and I feel like saying that she doesn't is an insult to Pinkie Pie. I personally have similar issues to Pinkie Pie. My oldest sister is really good at giving gifts, and me and my other sister are always trying to beat her, trying to get the best gifts, for her and for everybody else. It's a very tongue-in-cheek competition, because of course we know that we love each other, and it's all about expressing our love through our gifts. But that's actually what makes it so hard, is not that, oh, gift giving is a competition. No, gift giving is an expression of love. But that's what makes it so hard. For me, anyway, if I feel like the gift I'm giving isn't properly expressing how I feel, or, if, and it does, like, here's a gift that I feel like expresses how I feel, and then they give me a gift which seems to be superior. I don't want it to seem like I don't care enough about them, And that's, I feel like, where Pinkie's conflict comes from. Not from, I have to beat Maud in gift giving, but rather, I have to show her how much she means to me by getting her something I know she'll love. And that's the point of gift giving, and that's not something I feel Pinkie didn't know. Maybe, yeah, and like in this situation, though, to be fair, if I did that for my sister, if I sold something really precious to me for a gift for my sister, I too would get the third degree from said sister. That's like, no, okay, I understand you want to get me an important gift, but sacrificing yourself for my gift is not enough. I feel like that I would, and that is very true. So I think by being willing to sell something so important to her for her sister is a nice gesture, but of course is defeating the point. The point is to sacrifice, maybe time, effort, but not yourself. And that's, I feel, I don't know, I just feel like the moral was very because I feel like Pinky already knew it, and I feel like it was very basic. But still, though, pretty minor nitpick in the long run. I still really like the episode. So that was TLDR version, which was almost 6 minutes long. I'm going to try and keep this under 10 minutes. We'll see how that works. So spoiler tag, by the way. I forget to tag these with spoilers, but it should be a given. If you haven't seen the episode, why are you watching this? So yeah, I'm just going to go through my notes that I have down for the episode in chronological order. So this is a Pinkie Pie and Rarity episode. We haven't seen a fully Pinkie Pie and Rarity episode. The closest thing we got were a couple of episodes of season 2 where they had a couple of interactions, one being in the Return of Harmony and one being in the last roundup. In both instances, you got the idea that they didn't get along very well when they were on their own. That Rarity was always at the brink of killing Pinkie Pie. And I sort of thought that was a hilarious dynamic. But of course, since then, it's been 3 seasons or so, both of them have grown. And, they're able to tolerate each other more. So it was good to see them interact off each other. It was good to see Rarity's business expanding. I really loved, I'm with Rarity. I really like the tradition that Pinkie Pie had to spend a day a year one-on-one with their sister and exchange gifts, because being an adult and having adult siblings that you're really close with, you see them usually maybe twice a year. You'll see them, Christmas and holidays, and then maybe their birthday, maybe. But I think it's a really cute idea, maybe forgoing the birthday and just have one random day a year where you both get together and both exchange gifts and just have one-on-one time. It's actually a really sweet and clever idea to just have more intimate bonding than, here, I sent you a gift card through the mail, happy birthday, I think that's really cool. I don't know, I may steal it. I already talked about my sister. Speaking of identifying in the sibling department, I remember there was a point where Rarity's like, because I kid you, help me. It's like, only if you stop screaming and stand up. Yeah, that was me and my sister, me being Pinky, and the middle sister being Rarity, as per usual. It's like, as a kid, I wasn't always very reserved. I'm not very reserved right now. Oh yeah, Pinky's subtlety with gift giving is on par with Toon Critic, Golden Fox, and Dewelstonator. If you want to try and have a surprise for someone, I suggest being careful with involving them in the planning. I have in here meta joke for the win, but I'm not sure what I'm referring to there. I'll remember later. Oh yeah, the poor pony who got crayon in his soup. He's just sitting there enjoying his favorite soup, and then he's got pink wax in it now. Someone finally called the cops on Pinky. It was bound to happen. Yeah, and of course what everybody brings up. Just a thought, couldn't Miss Professional Magical Seamstress just make that exact same rock pouch for you? Like, instead of, first of all, when I get my sister's a gift, the whole, buying it the day of is heck no. But even then, if you just go to, instead of buying the pouch, buy the fabric. And have Rarity make it. It'll take her 2 seconds. We've seen her make far more complex clothing in 2 seconds. Just, Anyway. And then, of course, we have the My Little Pony, My Little Pony. Pinky said no. Pinky says no for the theme. A lot of references in the things that she shows Maud. I'm not going to go through them all. Okay, the party cannon. I thought Pinky had more than one. But I realized that may have been from Equestria Girls. Still, though, didn't she invent it? Wouldn't she be able to make another one? Which actually does pull back to the Gift of the Magi. Something I realize I should talk about now. before I realize I'm rambling too long, which I already am. The Gift of the Magi, the original story this is quote unquote based on. The irony in that is, of course, that there's a husband and a wife, and they want to get a good Christmas gift for each other, but they're poor. They both have possessions that mean quite a great deal to them. The husband has a gold watch, and the wife has her long and beautiful hair. The husband sells his gold watch to get his wife a comb, and the wife sells her hair to get her husband a chain for his watch. And then the story ends. Now, in that story, I always got the idea when I was a kid that the husband got the shorter end of the stick of that deal, because the wife's hair can grow back and will grow back. And unless you're assuming that they then take the comb and or watch and go to the pawn shop and get the golden watch back, he may have just lost that watch forever. Unless, yeah, again, you can make that conjecture. And they do, in this episode, they do say, hey, and they went back and they got the party cannon. They do actually fill in that gap. And they do have it that really only one of the party in this story was making a sacrifice. Maud clearly did not make a sacrifice to get the confetti. It was only Pinky. And that was, and yeah, I liked the way they approached that. Yeah, it was like 50% of Gift of the Maud Pie, but Magi, sorry. But yeah, I don't know. I liked how they approached it. 'Twas good. Yes, I'm rambling on longer than I said I would, as per usual, but I want to. Nah. I already talked about that. Oh, anyone notice Josh Scorcher was on a swan boat with some other chick that was not Ink Rose? Someone's in trouble. Yeah, Twilight 8 got nothing on Maud's teleportation power. Also, are we going to ignore the fact that Pinky was clearly about to suggest animal abuse before Maud interrupted her? And yeah, okay, so each of the Pie sisters have their own sense. Please elaborate. Like, which sisters have... Does Marble, was her sense the intrinsic knowledge of knowing, what other people are thinking, and that's how she's able to communicate with Big Mac, and I ship it. Sorry. Back on topic. Sorry, Polomere. Hi, how's it going? And yeah, it's like, Maud cares about, when she was like, oh, all that matters is that Pinky's gifts are full of love. We're talking about the mayor who keeps rock candy that she hates because her sister gave it to her. It won't matter to her what she gets from her sister. And again, I feel like that, well, to be fair, Pinky, I don't think, knows that Maud doesn't eat the candy. So, to her credit, maybe there is that, but still. But it's just a hilarious episode. So, 9 out of 10 for comedy. So, yeah. Oh yeah, and Maud has Best Wink. Yeah, that's about it. Almost got it under 15 minutes. So yeah, honestly, Gift of the Maud Pie, not a fan as far as the very basic moral that Pinkie Pie should know, but hilarious, because Maud is hilarious, and Rarity is hilarious, and Pinkie even has some good moments, and the three of them together needs to happen more often, and, even though this wasn't the best episode as far as, the moral is concerned, it's probably the funniest episode of MLP to date, at least for my brain of comedy. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all later.